would like to take the opportunity to invite our guest, a student speaker who is Kshitij Joshi. He's currently pursuing BTech in computer science and engineering from GSFC University. He has a passion for artificial intelligence and machine learning. He has also worked on Internet of Things, and it is awesome to know that he already has a publication in one of the top-rated journals of Springer, which is IoT journal, Internet of Things. So I would welcome Kshitij to please start his talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Uh, am I visible?
Yes, you are.
And is my screen visible, madam?
No, not so far. You can share your
Just,
screen.
just a minute. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So, thank you for the introduction, ma'am. So, let's just start straight away. Uh, First of all, the topic today's topic we're going to talk about is security threats in artificial intelligence and machine learning. So now the big question is how secure are AI and machine learning projects in today's world, right? So whenever any business implements new ideas and new technologies, security is sometimes their main role, and it is always put in the back burner. So it may appear that it is more necessary for them to bring new products and services to customers and internal users as soon as possible, and also at the lowest price, because price is at the end important factor, right? So good security can be time consuming and costly as well. So that's one of the reason why we need security as a basic need in AI and ML projects. Even in not in AI and ML projects as well, but in normal AI and machine learning applications which we use in our daily lives and all. Now, uh, looking up to this, why do we need security in AI ML projects? So, first of all, artificial intelligence and machine learning are strategic technologies for every data-driven technologies and organizations. So, therefore, securing it is essential for their business, as well as it should be their first motive. AIML and systems have same possibilities for exploitation and misconfigurations as any other technology, but they also provide their own set of hazards other than just data breach and exploitations. Now, as businesses focus more on large AI-powered digital changes, those risks should become increasingly susceptible. Also, these systems require higher volumes of complex data. So in AI, there are two important. First of all, in AI, there are two important assets, and the first one is data. Now, particularly big data. It is how AI learns or trains and derives its predictions and the insights, right? So whenever the data model itself is the outcome of training the algorithm with a large amount of data, it is competitive advantage for any other organizations. So in that case, uh, to protect their AI projects, data-driven enterprises should devise a way to secure both the big data as well as data models. So system requires higher volumes of complex data. Now, since AI and ML systems require larger volumes of complicated data, there are numerous ways to exploit and AI ML systems, while businesses can use current systems for identifying and preventing the network attacks. The questions remains as to how to use established concepts for confidential computing to design safe and secure AI applications. There are many ways to that. We'll come to that later. Now, uh, let's talk about some top security threats for AI ML applications in a little bit detail. So first of all, first big threat for AI ML application is system manipulation. So Now, a data manipulation is a fraudulent cyber activity wherein a malicious actor alters, tweaks, or modifies the valuable digital documents and critical data instead of straight away stealing the data to damage the organization and make the misery of it. So somehow they'll just make the fool of the organization by manipulating the data by getting straight into the organization. Now, one of the most common ML system assaults is meant to force high volume algorithms to produce incorrect predictions. Now, this is accomplished by supplying the system with malicious inputs. Now, essentially, the goal of this type of attack is to present machines with an image that does not exist in the real world, but causing them to make decisions based on unverified facts. Then the consequence of such an attack can be disastrous because its effect can be both long-lasting as far-reaching market. As its effect can be long-lasting as well as far-reaching, since it's making a significantly more serious threat than many other ML security threats. Another one is data corruption and poisoning. Now, in data poisoning or model poisoning attacks, they involve polluting a machine learning model's training data set. Data poisoning is considered an integrity attack because tampering with training data impacts the model's ability to output correct predictions. Now, because ML relies on massive volumes of data, it is vital for enterprises to verify the integrity and the reliability of their data sets. If not, their AI/ML algorithms may not work correctly, or it will malevolent predictions by targeting data sets. Now, this type of attack operates by distorting or poisoning that data in order to affect the learning system. Businesses can avoid this scenario by enforcing a tight and PAM policies that limit bad actors or their access to training data within the super secure computer environments. But this type of attacks are usually seen in less type of low level security applications. I mean, low level security models, wherein the training models are not well performed and like that. The next security threat for MLA applications is a transfer learning attack. So majority of ML systems have leveraged a machine learning model which is pre-trained. The machine's specifications are designed to fulfill designated purposes through specialized training. Now, the vast majority of ML systems rely on a pre-trained machine learning model, and the machine specs are designed to achieve certain goals through specialized training. Now, in this case, this is a window of opportunity for transferring a learning attack to a lethal and AI/ML system. For example, if the chosen model is well known and an adversary might easily launch the assaults that fool a task specific ML model. It is vital for security personnel to look out for suspicious activities or expected machine learning tendencies that can aid in the detection of attacks like these. So that was all about transfer learning attacks. There is also another one, which is online system manipulation and uh, data privacy. We'll get to that later. So first of all, manipulation, the online system manipulation. So nowadays, the internet plays an important role in development of AI/ML systems, and most machines are connected to the internet when learning, giving adversaries a clear attack vertical. So the internet is critical in the development of AI/ML systems, and most machines are connected to it internet when learning, providing enemies with an obvious attack vertical. Scientists and engineers are also preventing this type of attack in variety of ways, including simplifying and safeguarding their systems, processing and keeping track of who owns the data, and there are many more type of solutions to these kind of systems. Now, The last one, these are some of the top security threats which are usually seen in AI and ML applications while working on them. This is the least seen threat out of them all. So this is the data privacy. Now, data privacy is an area of data protection that concerns the proper handling of sensitive data. Now, it is critical for researchers to protect the privacy and confidentiality of enormous amounts of data. This is especially true when when the data is embedded directly into the machine, uh, and machine learning model grabs that data, and it conduct and converts the data extraction, and it will eventually get assaulted. So, looking into this, the smaller sub symbolic function extraction assaults, which need less time and resources, they can also be used as an attack vertical, right? So, to secure themselves, businesses must not only protect ML system against data extraction attacks, but also implement policies to avoid function extraction assaults. Now, on a concluding note, I must say that the organization must use security solutions that provide hyper secure, confidential computing environments to secure their AI applications and machine learning models. When secure computing is integrated with the correct cyber security solutions, such as a resilient hardware security module or an HSM, it may provide robust end-to-end data protection in the cloud for AI applications of all the sizes. Uh, Thank you. So, Shashi ma'am,
Hi, Kshitij. Yes, Kshitij. Thank you for an insightful session. It was awesome to learn about security threats for AI and machine learning. That was great session. Uh, I'll open, yeah, for questions. Dhaval, you want to ask some question?
yes, sir.
Yes, I would like to ask Kshitij about the
Yes, sir.
most hot topic related to AI and machine learning is the ethical dilemma, right? That good use versus bad use, and you also highlighted many points I see there. So, what should be a corporate's strategy when they want to put AI for good use to promote and further their services, by the same time, how they can guide their employees, to take care of such ethical steps that they should take.
Right, sir. It's a very good question, sir. So, first of all, the field is really emerging, and people are diving deep into this field. Even the organizations are evolving, and they want to turn their regular machineries and regular household technologies to convert them into smart technologies with the use of AI and machine learning. But see, this thing, it looks like a utopian idea, but it's not exactly how it looks, and it actually is a very deepest. It is a well for a deep dark secrets. So the organizations also take some measures to prevent such malicious software in software attacks and such data breaching uh, attacks and events.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
many of your friends and fellow students, I think should I think you encourage them. Now this is the first step that you took. So many of other who got inspired to give such presentation and do in-depth study on such relevant current topics. I think it was nice from you to take so much efforts and prepare for this at short notice. It was very good. Thank you very much for presenting.
Thank you, sir.
And
It
I
was
like
it was
the audience. If you have any question, you can share with Kshitij, or if you want to just come on a stage, just raise your hand so I can put you on a stage. Okay.
Yeah,
That
sure.
was very nice presentation, Kshitij. And also, I like from audience. How do you like? Just write down on a chat Rate it 1 to 10. How did you like it?
Yeah, and also maybe put some emojis out here to show
Yeah.
your love
Please
and
shout
gratitude.
out for Kshitij.
Thank you very much.
Hmm. Yeah, it
It
was
was
Indeed,
really
very
good.
it was a really good session, and indeed, I'm grateful to have such an opportunity to work with you guys. It was great working with you. It
Yeah,
was a
same.
really
Thank
Thank
good
you.
session.
Kshitij.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you,
Keep the
Shruti.
good job doing. Yes.
Thank you,
So,
Shruti,
Thank you very much,
for
sir.
presenting your
Yes, ma'am.
talk. It was very knowledgeable and it gives an insight to other people to choose, security threats for AI and machine learning and to go further in it. They can deepen their research further in this topic. Thank you so much for putting, throwing a light on the topic. Thank you.
Thank you.
So here with this, I think we would be able to do a table talk and a networking. Sorry for earlier glitch where after our welcome remarks, I think you guys could not do networking because we had that some problem with the
technical
setup.
issue.
But now you can do it. So once Nihal, starts the table talk session, I think we all can chat in the small groups.
And also just tag with Ranveer in one of and all your posts so we can give him a feedback. How did you like? Also give a feedback to the Shruti. How did you like this session? And again, once again, thank you for joining. And we can give you more and more insight of cybersecurity and give you more knowledgeable talks. Please stay tuned. We can have same session tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. EST and same time
Nehal,
8:30.
Monday.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just
Yeah, we'll be having more sessions.
I
Yes,
just correct
yes.
myself on a
Yeah,
Monday at 11 o'clock, and we invite Viral, right?
yeah, very
Uh,
good.
yeah. So Shashiman, can you just give us a like idea who is the next guest?
Yeah,
And
Viral is like he is a part of the hackers organizations, a community which spans across worldwide. Like it is not only in India; it is for the world. So last month itself, they have organized two sessions in New Jersey, like USA. So now they want other students and security professionals to become part of the hackers, and he'll be talking about like his expertise, which is like hacking, and other expert areas which he has like gained knowledge into. So he'll be talking about it. So we have like Viral Gandhi, oh sorry, Viral Parmar that day, and followed by we have a panel talk by Nihal. Ma'am, over to you. Finally, could you throw some light on your topic for Monday, Monday, 4th
yes,
October?
it's like we are having a panel talk on how to improvise user interaction in a cybersecurity. And after that, followed by one of our students giving his research work in a technology.
He'll be presenting a talk on the
Okay,
online gaming. Yeah, Tushar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's good. Yeah,
love you.
slow game and online gaming is one that is
Maybe
because
he
That's
can
love
engage the
online
audience
game.
to work. True.
Hello.
Yeah,
yes,
Yes.
yes.
fine.
Hello. Yes, Shashi ma'am. I guess a student has a question. Mr.
Okay, please
Pratik
go ahead.
Pandey.
Okay. Please go ahead, Kshitij.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'm not getting his question. His question is
Okay.
not visible.
Okay. Pratik Pandey.
Sometimes his
Yeah.
question. Sometimes it is difficult to chase V/W network security and application security. What would you suggest one should go for?
Uh, See, at the end of the day, if you choose cybersecurity, that's both the same thing at the end. So, but it depends totally on your interest, man. But I would suggest you that the network side is much more open. It is much more a wider area. You should definitely go for that. But at the end, I would repeatedly say the same thing that it depends on your interest, whether you are more devoted towards the application side or whether you are more interested in the network security part. So it's totally your call. But there's not much considerable difference between both of these things, because the learning in both of them is absolutely almost similar.
Yes, I think, yeah, I would second that with Kshitij that both the network security aspects and application security, although they are separate subdomains within a securing a business, but you have to know both of them. You may get specialization in one or other, but you have to have
Hmm.
knowledge of that. How what it takes to secure your applications, what it takes to secure your infrastructure, because in olden days, you had just in-house infrastructure, on-premise data centers. Now
Yes,
things are moving to the cloud. So applications are also moving to the cloud. They work, in a different way. So a person who is on network security side, he has to now learn how he can protect his enterprise, how he can gate that infrastructure and applications accordingly.
totally. Yes.
Actually, we have one more question. Is asking like Anshika Verma. She asks which security threats or vulnerability are found in most of the organizations, and how do you make the organization understand about it?
Okay, okay, Anshika. So, see, in many big organizations, there are so many threats that keeps happening, because see, sometimes there are insider threats. Whenever some person from the inside it exploits the data of the sensitive data of the company, and it sends the data to the someone on the outside, and eventually the data is vulnerable. The company's name is exploited in that case. Sometimes there are botnets, people inject some viruses and all, and in the software of or any portal or on the back end of the portal, and that type of data, in that type they manipulate, as I mentioned in my slide, they manipulate the data, and it will also bring down the organization. So there are similarly there are many kinds of threats that can happen in an organization. But see, and how do you make the organization understand about it? So we can aware the organization. First of all, how do you make them understand is to have a cyber security cell in every each and every organization. That is the basic need of an organization. After that, you should conduct regular sessions on how to keep your things secure, keep your data secure, and how to take mandatory measures for not leaking out anything.
Yes, I think
Yes.
as our first guest, Ranveer Bhutani, mentioned that you have to talk to the business, the stakeholders in an layman terms, in an natural or way that you give them idea that hey, these are the some of the threats that might be real. It might be looking small, like hey, what if somebody sent out some email somewhere by mistake. It's not my business data, but it might be your customer data. It might be something that give an idea to the hacker, is that
Hmm.
so whenever somebody even mistypes an email address, if it goes to wrong place, then that's a security hazard for your company. So this kind of
Yes.
small things happen daily in a corporate environment, and only effective way to mitigate that is that with a joint effort of the security team who monitors these threats, who tries to deploy best available solutions available in the market to both not even allow the user to make such mistakes by say getting the outgoing emails, or by encrypting, making sure that users by default put encryption in their files that they exchange. So many things enterprise can do, but first of all, it's the basic cyber hygiene that education, if employees have, then
Hmm.
that also it had to be on a periodic basis. The refresher has to be there. So this is what should be done at organization level. That is has to be a joint effort from the stakeholders' perspective, and the technology and security team's perspective, that we both have to work with each other. It's continuous process. If you're doing business daily, then keeping the business secure daily has to be done. It's not like you set up the things in place and forget about it. You have to monitor your logs. You have to monitor the changing business needs. You cannot be stubborn that, hey, this is I cannot do this because of the security policy. No, many times businesses get annoyed and the end users get annoyed and start taking shortcuts because you just bluntly tell them it's the security policy, you can't do this. No, you have to explain them, and you have to work with your users. You have to work with the business to find out the better options, better alternatives, right? So if there's a genuine need to send data outside your organization, then you should deploy best encryption tool that helps them do it in a secure way. You might set up say VPN internal, or if might have set up say even a encryption tool like we have on our platform, Rainbow Secure encryption tool for big enterprises and federal agencies. So you have to make the life easier by giving them right tools and right techniques, right education. I hope this answered the question. Stay tuned for
Yes.
more exciting talks in the coming days and coming weeks. And I think now it's time for us to do table talk and networking. Unless if I, oh yeah, I think there's one more question I see in the chat. Somebody's
Yeah.
asking, can I switch my career to cloud security with cybersecurity profile?
Yes,
So
you can. Yes, you can.
yes,
If
you can.
so,
Yeah,
if you can
just
first.
Yeah, Dhaval.
you have to understand what it takes to that. There are aspects of it. You have to understand the functioning of the cloud, how different clouds are set up, how cloud works, how applications work in the cloud. So these are the couple of basic matters you have to study and maybe get enrolled into first cloud fundamentals, and then also towards the formal certification. So certification always help in a way that it actually at least tells you what are the basic things you should be knowing. Yeah, it's good that you are smart and you can do a self study, but at the same time certificate is more for yourself. I know that organizations do ask for certifications during interview or during job posting, but I would say for the right candidate, certificate is not mandatory, but it's only good to have because it actually at least lets the organization know that you are actually aware of those topics, aware of the subjects. Because it's not like an exam, right? When you go for interview, it's more about how you prove yourself in the field. The organization may even give you a chance, give you a work to work for them for a couple of months. If they see that you're not learning, you're not stepping up, then anyway they will not be further interested in you. So it's more about education, degree, certification. Therefore has its own purpose. It's more about formalizing what you should be knowing when you are serving a certain field.
Yes, sir.
I think we answered all the questions here, and I think it's time to join our attendees in the lounge.
Aditi, do you have you just mentioned in chat, is it your question or you just mentioned about, Dhaval, did you able to see this question? Is it,
Let me go to the chat. Okay, I was on the Q&A side. Yeah, I think Aditya. He's asking that
sorry.
he says that he has seen the cybercrime recently um, on the Twitter. Most of the big celebrities' account got hacked, right? Yeah, and then so yeah, I think he's talking about the hack where Bill Gates, Obama, and many of the big personalities' accounts, Twitter accounts, got hacked. And this again goes back to what guidelines you have for your employees in place when certain things happens. When there is a certain flag to raise, then if you employees have a proper education what to do in those cases, then such breach can be prevented. Because here it was more about the social engineering and more about you know like making the security and technical staff do something while working remotely that they were not supposed to do. So it's in hybrid approach we have to take here. I think, yeah, now we have no further questions in the chat or in the Q&A. So,
Yes.
yeah, I think we can open the floor.
Yeah. So, guys, let's see you in a floor. Try to interact with each other and just talk, do your networking, and share your thoughts. Please.
Yeah, make new friends, make new connections and know each other.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Naveen. Thank you, Kshitij. Thank you, Neha. It was a great
Yeah,
session today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Siti.
thank you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye bye.